So the person that built this theme park,
Yeah.
do you know Tiger Balm?
No.
No Tiger Balm?
No.
This one is it?
No, the tickets. If you issue the tickets over there.
Okay.
Outside, you are likely to hear me shout from start of the tour.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So you are the
Yes, I'll be the guide for 4:15. So that I know, I'm expecting more. I will come in
Wow.
before I expect at 4:15. Yes.
It's a kind of heaven here.
Then in the meantime,
Okay.
we will watch the introductory video. Okay. Then we give you an overview of what the music is about.
And this one is a
Yeah,
really
wandering around, we usually start with station 2.
hell.
We go through it, then we'll come back to the glass doors, and then through the glass doors, that will be the area, that will be the path leading to the 10 courts of hell. Yeah. But
Everybody come here.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to hell. Let me just introduce myself. I'll be your guide for the highlights tour for the next 45 minutes. And my name is Wee Wee. Spelled W-U-I-W-U-I. Okay, so I belong to this company called Journeys Private Limited. And when our company took over the management of Hopper Villa, the whole park, a few years ago, our management team had this grand idea of having tours to share with everyone the rich cultural legacy of the park and all the sculptures in the area. And turns out that all the Singaporeans who came to us are only interested in one thing, to share with us all the nightmares they had when our parents brought us here when we were little kids to see the 10 courts of hell. Okay, so our bosses gave in, decided to come up with this Hell's Museum to give a more comprehensive understanding of why such a place was created, okay, and how it can help us understand the thinking behind it. Okay, so for the next 45 minutes, I'll be sharing with you the details of the world's first museum about death and the afterlife. Okay, going as far as Greece and Egypt. In Zoroastrianism, people have a linear concept of time. Okay? People believe, for example, in one God. Okay, people believe that we'll be born, live life, death, resurrection, judgment. Okay? So the other religions that also came out of the same region later on. Okay? Abrahamic faiths such as Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, they also have a similar linear concept of time. Okay? So for the museum, we have placed all the religions with the linear concept of time on this part of the gallery, with the straight walls and angles, whereas those with the cyclical concept of time on the other side, you can see with the curve. Okay? So I'll leave it to you to read the storyboards later on for more details about the different religions. But despite all the differences in the details, you realize that actually every year for about 30 days, including this month, okay, and this would be the altar for the Chinese Hungry Ghost Festival. But because of our burial policies, the coffin nowadays will be big. Okay, so the whole plot size will be the size of the coffin and the size of the burial mound has been reduced. But of course, here typically in Singapore, a lot of things will get localized. Like for example, usually at the front, okay, of such a grave, we will have the guardians, golden boy and jade girl. So in Singapore, you can see things got localized, like for example, lions, for these lions from this style. And I'm sure you remember, lions are not native to Southeast Asia. This will be a concept that was brought from Asia to China. Also in Singapore, you might have Chinese influence like this, but over here, yes. Okay, so, yeah. Okay. Golden boy and jade girl, if they want to get ribbons from the counter later on, hire ribbons, remember everyone has lost ribbons. Now over here, the next part is the sculptures and more than 150 dioramas all over their gardens, okay, and they threw open their gardens to the public for a place of recreation for them. Because back in the 1930s, we didn't have a government that would build parks all over the island. Yeah? Okay. So the sculptures they chose, as I said, our focus tends to be stories taken from popular folklore, stories of Buddhism and Taoism. And in Taoism, it started more than 2,500 years ago, more as an abstract philosophy. They'll try to, achieve immortality by being one with the universe, by being one with the way, the Tao. Okay? And one way of doing that in the ancient past was to meditate by yourself, alone in the mountains, in caves. Yeah? So as you walk through Haw Par Villa, even this area, you see a lot of the background will actually feature cave-like or cloud-like structures, a reminder of Taoism. And when Buddhism spread from India to China from the first century, what happened was Buddhism started to influence Taoism. Okay, and Taoism started to take on the Buddhist ideas of samsara, okay, both death and rebirth. Okay, and in fact, what we popularly know today in Taoism is what we call syncretic Taoism. It's a mix of different beliefs, different religions and philosophies. Let me just demonstrate that around the corner over here. Head and horseface will escort the spirit to the first court 7 days after death. And the judge presiding over the court will be King Qin Guang. Okay. He would check and decide whether the person has done more good or evil deeds in his or her life. If the person has done much more good, he or she will be allowed to take a shortcut, okay? Cross the gold and silver bridges to go directly to the last court, to the 10th court. Okay? If, however, the person has done more bad than good, the person will be brought before the mirror of sins. The mirror of sins, where all the evil deeds the person has done will be reflected. And then a new court every 7 days. Okay, so that after 49 days, the 7th court will be reached. Okay? The 8th court will be reached 100 days after death. The 9th court 1 year after death. And last court, court 10, will be reached 3 years after death. Okay? So that will be the 10 courts of hell. So every court, our docents have put up a lighted storyboard to give you an explanation of the kind of sins, the mistakes, that will be punished, the kind of punishment at every court. Okay. So for the tour, because due to a limited time, I will not be stopping at every court. I'll just take a slow walk. I'll share more information again at court 5. Okay, court 5, so if you follow me. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here at court 5, we have King Yama, or King Yan Luo Wang, presiding over the court over here. Okay. And the fact that we have King Yama, or Yan Luo Wang over here, is another indication of the syncretism that we shared with you about. Because Yama actually originated out of Hinduism, where in Hinduism, Yama will be Lord of the Netherworld. Okay. When Buddhism started, Buddhism adopted Yama as one of the judges of courts. Okay. And when Buddhism spread to China, okay, Yama also went along and his name got localized. So in Mandarin, the translation of the Sanskrit words became Yan Luo. Cross also. Okay. Because when Buddhism started in India, it had only 7 courts of hell. Okay. But somehow in China it became 10 courts. Okay. So how did this happen? We believe that this was probably because in Taoism, 10 would be a very, very important number. It's considered all-encompassing. Like for example, 8 directions of the compass, then 1 direction above, 1 direction below. So having 10 courts of hell would mean that punishment for your sins would also be all-encompassing. You cannot escape. So that was probably how it came to 10 courts of hell after the religion spread to China. And in fact, after the concept spread to China, the courts also got influenced by the ideas of Confucianism. So the courts we see tends to reflect ancient China bureaucracy and Confucianist ideas, where the court, the judges is supported by a lot of officials and clerks, all reflecting ancient Chinese bureaucracy at the time. Okay? So that's one of the biggest reasons why we see this. And over here at court 5, just to highlight something to you, we have here Mount Xiangtai, or the terrace for overlooking one's town. Okay? So this will be where the spirits will get one last chance to look at their loved ones. So this happens at court 5. I'll refer to this terrace for overlooking one's hometown at court 5. I'll refer to it later on. But first, we will meet court 10. how a person will be reincarnated based on the concept of karma, how much room will get based on the karma. Okay? And the person can be reincarnated as one of 6 categories. Can be reincarnated as a deity or a human being, okay? Or a sura, semi-deity, or as an animal, or a hungry ghost, or even a hell. And before re-entering samsara, the person will have to drink the tea or the brew of forgetfulness from the lady called Mokpo. So this would grant the spirit permanent amnesia, so that the spirit will be reborn without any memory of his own past life. So some stories talk about how a person managed to sneak past. So after reincarnation, we will be born with still with the memories of childhood. So that would be the 10 causes of trauma. Usually by this stage, a common question would be, how come some of the details and some of the types are a little bit different? What you read, or what you watch on TV, or the documentaries, or even what you remember from when you were younger. And actually this was a problem that gave our researchers a very hard time when they were trying to create the storyboards for the 10 causes of trauma. Because different sources told them different things. And this was something that we realized the details tend to differ with different places or even over different time